Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we come to you from Helling Stadium tonight. What a special night here at the stadium where it's homecoming. I think things are in a little behind schedule. We maybe told some people we'd be starting at 6:30, but we are live and on the air. We certainly appreciate you being with us here this evening as we prepare to meet the 2019 homecoming court. This is the 63rd annual homecoming festivities. Thank you for joining us tonight as the spirits are high and our football team is poised for a victory against Western Beaver Golden Beavers. Stepping across the field now is just a small representation of the fine young women that make our senior class this year. And one of these ladies will be crowned queen at halftime, so stick around for halftime. Our first member of the homecoming court is Megan Alabal, escorted by Evan Barton. She is the daughter of Melanie and Sam Cervic. Megan is the lead in this year's all-school musical production, Shrek. She also belongs to Senior High Student Council, Club Hope, and the Library Club. In 2018, Megan was named Rookie of the Year for the cross-country team. Upon graduation, Megan plans to attend community college to earn an associate's degree and then go on to a four-year university to complete her bachelor's in business with a minor in psychology. Best of luck to Megan. Next is Taylor Covert, escorted by Doug Balin. Taylor is a daughter of Karen Covert and Mike Covert. Taylor has played volleyball for 6 years and is co-captain of the varsity volleyball team. She is also vice president of the Library Club, a member of Senior High Student Council, and has played softball for 10 years. Taylor is currently enrolled in CCBC's Health Academic Program and plans to pursue a career in the health field. Miss Taylor Covert. The next coming across the field is Avery Dudek, escorted by Brady Baru. Avery is a daughter of Tracy Dudek and Dan Dudek. Avery is a member of the Senior High Student Council, peer leadership, and is co-president of the Lincoln Light. She is captain of the varsity soccer team and also belongs to the National Honor Society. Upon graduation, Avery plans to attend Allegheny College to study psychology and play soccer. Miss Avery Dudek. Next is Avery Elchinson, escorted by Chase Carosi. Avery is a daughter of Darby Elchinson and Jake Chiapetta. Avery is a member of the varsity volleyball and track and field teams. She also lettered playing basketball for 2 years. In addition to her athletic pursuits, Avery is a member of Senior High Student Council, the Library Club, and Club Hope. She has been named to the first team all-section for the past 3 years and was named to the all-state team in 2016. In 2016, Avery was crowned Beaver County Times Most Outstanding Female Performance in Track and Field, and in 2018 was named to the WPIAL Class 2A Second Team All-Stars for Volleyball. Upon graduation, Avery plans to attend a 4-year university and continue running track and field. Miss Avery Elchinson. Next coming across the field is Miss Saley Grinnan, escorted by Carter Walazin. Saley is the daughter of John and Susan Grinnan. Saley is co-captain of the varsity volleyball team, co-president of Club Hope, History Club treasurer, and vice president of the senior class. She also belongs to peer leadership, National Honor Society, Senior High Student Council, and the Top Spin Volleyball Club. During her junior year, Saley served as prom co-chair. In volleyball, she was named to the Moon Township All-Tournament team, and she had the most blocks during the 2018 season. Upon graduation, Saley plans to attend Westminster University to play volleyball and study pre-dentistry. She plans to continue her education after and study orthodontics at Case Western University. Congratulations, Miss Saley Grinnan. Next coming across the field is Miss Hannah Marini, escorted by Austin Wally. Hannah is the daughter of Tammy and Dave Marini. Hannah is co-captain of the varsity cheering squad, vice president of Senior High Student Council, the Caring Team, French Club, Lincoln Light, and the National Honor Society. Outside of school, Hannah volunteers with her church youth group ministry. Upon graduation, Hannah plans to attend a 4-year university to study psychology and pre-med. Congratulations, Miss Hannah Marini. Next in this year's 2019 homecoming court is Shiley Schwartz, escorted by Nate Scott. Shiley is the daughter of Jason and Nicole Schwartz. Shiley is a senior class treasurer, co-president of Club Hope, secretary of the National Honor Society, and a member of the History Club. In her junior year, she was a prom co-chair. Outside of school, Shiley volunteers at Pine Valley Bible Camp and leads a Bible study for upper-class students. Upon graduation, Shiley plans to obtain a bachelor's degree in psychology from a four-year university. She would like to eventually earn her doctorate and open her own practice specializing in mental health and substance abuse issues. Congratulations, Miss Shiley Schwartz. Next is Angela Volp, escorted by Kelton Daccio. Angela is the daughter of Ralph and Aaron Volp. Angela is senior class president, co-president of Lincoln Light, and vice president of Peer Leadership and National Honor Society. She is also a varsity cheerleader. Angela has received numerous leadership and academic awards, including the Class of 2020 Leadership Award, the American Legion Medal of Honor, and the President Academics Excellence Award. Upon graduation from Lincoln High School, Angela plans to attend a four-year university. Congratulations, Miss Angela Volp. Next is Samantha Campos Ritten, escorted by Nate Kuhnfair. Samantha is the daughter of Gabrielle Stitsuo and Paula Campos. Samantha is from Brazil, and her host parents are John and Michelle Stitch. Samantha plays soccer and is also a member of the Blue Band. Upon graduation from Lincoln, Samantha plans to return to Brazil for college and study to become a veterinarian. So congratulations to our foreign exchange student, Samantha Campos Ritten. There is our Lincoln High School Class of 2019 homecoming court. Our festivities will continue and stick with us through the halftime show for the crowning of our queen. So congratulations to all these young ladies. Their parents are proud, the community's proud. I know most of these girls are, I have kids here in the school, and they're all just fantastic, just fantastic young people. So congratulations to them on homecoming court. They had the King prom or homecoming king there, I think, yesterday at the school. So I think the Lawson boy won that. There goes Mr. Lape, our president. Anybody tell you you're a good-looking man yet today? Nah, better luck tomorrow. So Carter Lawson was the winner. So we're about, the clock says about 9 minutes away from kickoff. We'll just take a quick break, get a drink of water here, and we'll come back with little pregame activities. Thank you.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by EllwoodCity.org, the unofficial site for Ellwood City News. Venezi Sporting Goods and Apparel, your hometown store for all your custom apparel needs and printable sportswear for all types of groups. And by WXED 107.3, located in downtown Ellwood City, bringing you your rocking needs.
Welcome back, folks. We're about 7 minutes away from kickoff. Really nice matchup here tonight. Another beautiful night for football. The homecoming festivities have wrapped up, and just wonderful night for football. Got a nice crowd on hand, and should be a really good game. Golden Beavers tonight. They're coming in with a record of 3-2. The Wolverines played a really good football team last week in the Freedom Bulldogs, where they were shut out 40-0. We're going to have more updates in that for you as we go through this pregame show. But my name is Thad Sturgeon. We want to welcome in along with me this evening is Brad Windhorst. Brad, good to see you, and a beautiful night for football.
Yes, that's been the trend this year, which we're very thankful for. I hope that will continue into next week and the rest of the season. But what some great weather. I don't know if we've ever had an entire season through 5 weeks this good. On your screen, you can see the weather report. We're looking at 76 degrees, a light wind, if there is one, from the southeast. 0 precipitation, knock on wood, and then humidity is nice and low for the 7 o'clock start. We're going to feel like about 74, and we're going to finish about 70 degrees on the night. So great weather for tonight. Updating, as always, every week on our social media accounts and then on our website is the standings. They're on your screen right now. The Freedom Bulldogs, last week defeating the Wolverines, kind of have separated themselves from the pack. They're actually almost within one game of clinching this. If it works out just correctly, if they win next week, I think they have a conference game. If they win that game, they're already clinched. But we don't want to read too far ahead. Neshannock is 4-1, 3-0 in conference play. Rounding out those top 3 teams that are undefeated in conference play is New Brighton at 4-1, 2-0. And then it's a toss-up between Riverside and Shenango. When those two battle, it's going to be competitive. Or actually,
it's basically going to be a playoff game the way it shakes up right now. It really could.
Yeah, and it could come down to if I'm correct, Shenango and Riverside played already.
Yes, they have. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, and Shenango won. So it's going to come down to just simple, and it may be the easiest way to get in. They have a better record than Riverside. They're in.
Right.
So I was talking to one of the Shenango players today at the CTC, and that's what we were saying. They know their destiny. If they win and Riverside has one less game, Shenango.
I do believe Shenango has Freedom left ahead of them. For both teams, it's not as easy as it sounds to win out, because we've seen 2 really good teams in Freedom in Neshannock already this season.
Yeah, both of them love to pass. Both of them can run. It's a top-heavy offense.
You'll still see that Freedom is still ranked number 4 in the WPIAL 2A. So, it seems like, we're always talking about being in a strong conference. And this year I think it's kind of settling out to where them top-tier teams – we've seen are really good. We've not seen Shenango, we've not seen Riverside yet ourselves, but those are the 2 teams going to be fighting for that 4th spot. But you see Western Beaver sitting there at 1-2. They're not out of it. They're not mathematically out of it, and they're not out of it. This Western Beaver team last week was taking on a Mohawk team that was still looking for their first win, and Mohawk had the lead the whole game.
Right.
With about a minute left to go, there was a turnover. Mohawk threw an interception. Western Beaver got the ball back, got down to field goal range. Last play of the game, their kicker kicks a field goal, and they go on with the win. It was just, I think, a 21-20 game.
Yeah, 24-21.
24-21.
Insane comeback, because at halftime, Mohawk was up, and it's commanding lead.
Yes.
And then Western Beaver won. That makes tonight's game, yes, it is homecoming for Ellwood, so it's very important to win on your home field. But at the same time, Western Beaver is not going to go and let go of this game. This is a huge game for them. Finally, rounding out the bottom there is Mohawk with that loss to Western Beaver. They're sitting there at 0-5, 0-4 in conference, so that's kind of setting up for a great matchup, hopefully, kind of down the road for us. Maybe that'll be kind of our Super Bowl.
And I need to make that clear now. Last week, I don't know what it was. We look at so many schedules that I forgot my own schedule and said that we were playing Mohawk tonight. So I'm driving home, and I get this text from Brad, you messed that up. So I own it because I did it. but make no mistake, we are playing Western Beaver tonight. Western Beaver, new head coach this year, They were kind of last year. This matchup was held at Western Beaver, a game that went into overtime that Ellwood City won.
Yeah.
Western Beaver won ended up winning 3 games last year. Not in the playoffs, not in the playoffs the year before. I guess it's been 4 years that they've been in the playoffs. New coach there for Western Beaver, Derek Moy.
Derek Moy, if some of you guys recall, was a Steelers wide receiver not too long ago. Just a couple years ago, he was a Steelers wide receiver. Didn't make too many big plays, but he nonetheless
he was
on the roster.
He was on an NFL roster,
right.
And then of course he played at probably the greatest college football school in the world at Penn State. So I got to get one Penn State thing in there, Brad.
We'll leave that one go after.
I said nothing about Wisconsin yet tonight, and I won't. That's it.
Yeah.
But so it's nice. I know that they're on anything you've read about them preseason, even up till now, they know they're rebuilding. Right. Over there at Western Beaver. They're not a big school, not a lot of numbers, but their numbers do match up here with us at Ellwood City.
Last year they only had 24 kids come out, and no doubt Derek Moy coming in, they're up to, I believe, 35, 36.
36 just down through there now.
Just him coming in as a head coach generates enough talk. And with you being co-sponsored with Western Beaver and Lincoln Park, those numbers did come up. On your screen is the keys to success. I'm looking at Western Beaver-wise, pass first. They're going to try and spread it out. We've seen 3 weeks in a row where a team has been able to throw on the Wolverines. No doubt in my mind they're going to try and do it. Skill players, they're big, they're physical, and they have people that can move. And in depth. For the Wolverines, spread offense, get back to the basics, and, of course, it's homecoming night.
Want to win for homecoming night. I agree with all them you got there, Brad. We just really hope to see this offense start to work. Not sure who won the toss, but we know Western Beaver is back to receive this opening kick. Homecoming 2019 game underway. Squid kick down there, and it goes out of bounds there at about the 27-yard line. So the Western Beaver will start off on offense. Nice crowd on hand, filtering in here for the game tonight. You see all the mothers and the daughters and wearing the mum flowers for the homecoming. A tradition has been going on here for quite some time. Wolverines pretty healthy tonight. Tyler Powell is back in the lineup. Carter Lutz was dinged up, but he's playing as well. So I formation to start off the game here for Western Beaver. Number 15, hands off, quick hole up the middle there. That was number 23, Devin Ruffin, with that first carry of the game. I beg your pardon, that was number 33. Tyler Powell on the stop. Daquan Bradford with that carry. Pick up a 6 on the play, going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. Quick pass out there to number 3, Jason Jags, and weaves his way around up to the 46-yard line. I think he's going to have enough for a first down, Brad. Yes, he does. Needed 6, got about 6.5. That reception was made by number 3, Noah Gray.
This is kind of interesting. Do we have a number 15 at all? Do we have a number 15? I don't think we have a number 15.
No, we do not. So we don't know who the quarterback's name is.
We do not even know who the quarterback is.
The roster is not in numeric order. It's more alphabetical, and it's challenging here in these early parts of the game. Number 2 with the handoff up, rolls his way forward. On the tackle there, number 47 for the Wolverines. Sammy DiCaprio, number 28. They're going to credit him with that tackle. So it's pick up a 6 on the play on the first down runs. They're going to give him 5. 2nd and 5 in the shotgun. It's number 15. Handoff there to number 2. Hung up there. So he was in the backfield. Slowing him down was number 47. Is that the McClymonds boy? Is it going to?
All right, so we kind of figured out now who the quarterback is. It's number 10, Xander Lefebvre.
Okay.
Oh,
Must have ripped a jersey somewhere along the way there. I was looking for number 10 because I thought he was the quarterback there. Okay, a 3rd and 4 here. 3 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield. In the shotgun is Lefebvre. Pitch still out there. Nice takedown there by number 4, Nick Magnifico. That's going to bring up a 4th down. Great heads-up play there. Getting into the backfield was young Nick Magnifico for the tackle. So that's a 2-yard loss for Western Beaver. So they're going to be on the punt, and the punter is number 51. High kick taken there by Ashton Wilson at the 26-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Wolverines at their own 26-yard line. So Western Beaver gets 1 first down on that drive, but then 3 plays and out. So credit the Ellwood City defense.
We don't even have a number 51.
I didn't think so either. So somewhere along the way, our roster for Western Beaver is
well, it's everybody in the booth on this one, so unfortunately it is what it is.
So, did Keeley not have it either?
No, I had to tell him who it was.
Okay. Wolverines on offense.
So now the question
Brian
is,
Gibbons, the junior. Handoff there. Hitting the backfield hard by a host of Western Beaver defensive linemen.
now the question is, who do I give that punt to then?
So
we do toss forward.
That was Tyler. Tyler Powell on the carry. No gain on the play. So 2nd and 10. Ball still on that 26-yard line. Gibbons pitch out there to Tyler on that left side. Jigs and jags his ways, move around there. Positive yardage ahead. Brought down there by number 33 on Daquan Bradford on the stop, but not after 8 yards. Little different play there. We've not seen that before yet this season, Brad. Kind of that pitch out, not a screen pass, but just a pitch for positive yardage.
Most of it's been that counter trap where they pull a guard or they pull the fullback in first and then they fall through. So that was a little bit different.
Look for them. 3rd and 2. Gibbons tries it again, throws it out there to Tyler. It's going to depend upon the spot.
I'm looking at the far judge.
The far judge gives it to him.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a first down.
We're going to have a first down. It was kind of a pitch to the right this time instead of that, and that's a first down. They thought they might measure. It looked there for a minute. But, hey, that's a first down for the Wolverines. So positive things happening here early for this Wolverine offense. And I say that, last week is what it was, but they had 2 first downs last week. And we're in the first drive of the game, and we got 1. So a young team like this, I think momentum is so important as well. 7:35 left to go here in this first. Sends Storm Chambers in motion. Settles Storm. There's a handoff to Tyler. Up the middle he goes. Pulling his way forward. Ref blows a whistle. About the 40, spot the ball right at the 40-yard line. So pick up a 4 for Tyler Powell on that run. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down. And we're going to call it a long 6. We'll try to get you Western Beaver's names as we can, but it's just we're
it's going to be a little bit tough tonight.
A little bit harder than what we thought it was going to be.
I thought it was going to be tough having him in alphabetical order.
Yeah, that made it hard enough on the roster. Same formation. Back to passes Gibbons.
Here we go.
Throws out there to Storm Chambers up over the 50, up to the 50-yard line. That's good enough for another first down for the Wolverines. Picked up 9 on the play in the first down. And that maybe that time we saw Storm come out. We've seen him come out a lot in the fullback position, but here he was, I don't even know what you'd call it, kind of offset.
And it's been about 2 or 3 weeks since we've seen that play.
Yes, we have.
If you did see the far judge did say he did actually, when he hit the ground, he did fumble it technically, but he was down if you saw that on our camera. So he was down. But, yeah, we haven't seen that for 2 or 3 weeks. It's great to see that come back.
Yeah, and
play.
I think maybe that was by design, too, because they went to
Right.
that well quite a bit before, and I think they maybe were thinking some teams would start looking for it. 1st and 10 right at midfield is the ball. There's a sweep around there for Ashton Wilson. He's at the 45, gets down to the 40, slips out of bounds there at about the 39-yard line. That's going to be another first down for the Wolverines. Nice design play there, and the speedy Ashton Wilson coming around that left side, and credit some blocking there up front for the Wolverines to give him that room to sweep around there. So another first down for the Wolverines. This is a good sign. We already have more first downs than we did last week. So ball now in Western Beaver territory at the 39-yard line. Shotgun is Gibbons. 3 to the right. There's that pass out there to Ashton Wilson. Nice pass. A good catch, but nice tackle there by number 22, Zachary Schwartz. A well-designed play, a really well-thrown ball by Gibbons on that. Kind of hit Ashton in stride as he was going around there. But 22 got him down low, got him down. I think we'd have been looking at another 8 or 10 yards if that shoestring tackle was not made.
This is great to see. All positive gains here. This is so great to see.
We really have. Gibbons in a shotgun again, sends Ashton in motion. Fakes in a draw play up there to Tyler Powell, falling forward. Another 8-9 yards. He's just going to be short of the first down sticks, but an 8-yard run there. Kind of almost a misdirection, if you will. Am I right, Brad?
Right.
How they had Ashton going one way, kind of delayed there. Almost looked like Tyler was going to stand in there and block. Next thing you know, the ball's in the belly, and he's going up the middle for 8 yards. So 3rd and 1. Big play here for the Wolverines to get this 1 yard. Got some big guys up front for Western Beaver. We've seen some bigger teams, but 55 and 57, we'll try to get you some weights and measurements as we go along. There's a pitch out there to Tyler Powell around that left side. Oh, he's taken down.
I'm surprised it didn't possibly
That could have been a horse collar.
Yeah.
Good grief. He had the shoulder pads, but, boy, it's pretty close to the neck. Okay, loss of 4 on the play. Just didn't get the block in there on that left side. I think they're kind of being afraid, as we're seeing this first down, them 2 big guys in the middle on that defense. We're not seeing anything straight up the gut. Anytime we're seeing something up the middle, it's on the delay part. Everything else has been to the outside. But, hey, guys, you're 0-5. It's 4:22 left to go. 4th and 5, we got a timeout.
This is a good timeout. Very good.
Yeah, and I kind of think there were some personnel issues that they weren't quite sure where they were at just yet. So, a quick timeout here. We'll just take a timeout with them. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Big 4th down play here in the early goings of this contest. 4th and 5, ball on the 34-yard line for the Wolverines. Let's see what Coach Joe Lemenza has drawn up here after that timeout. In the shotgun, 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left, sidecar to his right. Gibbons back to pass, throws it out there, and the ball is caught
by number 28, DiCaprio.
DiCaprio kind of dove for the catch. Oh,
they're going to say short.
He needed 5. He got about 4.5.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I don't have a problem with the call. It's just needed 1 more yard down that field.
I think the problem is because there's so much pressure up front. He had to throw back shoulder, and that brought DiCaprio back over.
Yep.
And
Western Beaver back out here quick, not wasting any time. Shotgun. He runs up the middle. Hit there by Tyler Powell, but not after about a 5-yard gain. We determined that was Xander Lefevre. Just a direct snap to him, and he took off over that right side. Pickup of probably 5 on the play. So bringing up a 2nd down and 5, ball on the 35-yard line. Would like to got something more out of that drive, obviously, by the Wolverines, but a nice first offensive drive. Moved the ball probably about 60 or 50 yards. Handoff up the middle, drops his head down, dives forward.
I believe that was number 2.
That was number 2, Thaddeus Gray. He had the big interception last week to close out the game for the Western Beaver. So Thaddeus Gray on the run, and he dove. He kind of knew where the stick was. He laid that ball out there enough for the first down. Ball on a 41-yard line. Fast moving first quarter here, folks. Under center, the Beaver. Hand off to number 33. Up the middle he goes.
Good
up for
tackle.
another 11 yards. Good tackle, but not after 11-yard run. 27, I believe, was on that tackle. Am I right, Brad?
Yep, number 27, Spadafora.
Spadafora with the tackle, but not after 10.5 yards. Going to be a first down in Ellwood City territory. Ball resting on the 48-yard line.
You never want to praise a tackle from the free safety per se, but that was huge.
That was saving. That was nothing but green grass behind him. Quick dead handoff again. Met resistance at the line of scrimmage, but the Powell rolls forward. That was number 33 on that carry. Was Daquan Bradford. Tackled there by Peyton O'Brien. So pick up a 4 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 6. Ball resting right on the 45-yard line. Shotgun formation. And up for number 2. Nice tackle there by number 74, Rodney Grimes. Rodney cut through that line. We've seen him do that. He was a leading tackler in last week's game, if I remember correctly. But junior Rodney Grimes knifing through that line and hitting them in the backfield. Really no gain on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. So in the shotgun again is the Fibra. He keeps it this time around the right side.
Good tackle.
Nice tackle again there. That was number 28, Sammy DiCaprio, in there slowing him down. Needed 5 for the first down. Probably got 2 on that play. Would you give him, Brad? Maybe 3?
Yep.
Going to bring a 4th down. And decision time here for first-year coach Derek Moy.
I tell you what, some great tackles being made by this defense.
Yeah, they are.
This defense is stepping up.
The defense is stepping up tonight, and they are going for it. Appears to be on this 4th and 5.
This is either going left or right.
There's a handoff. Up the middle he goes, makes a spin move, rolls his way forward, keeps it going all the way down to the 29-yard line. Noah Gray, he had a crack there at the line of scrimmage and kept going. He picked up about 12 yards on that 4th and 5. Kind of circle that play, Brad. I hope that one don't come back to haunt us here as this first quarter rolls on. Just 56 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Clock winding. Under center. There's a handoff. Makes it out to 30. He's down to the 22-yard line. Carter Lutz coming up. Made like a shoestring tackle there to slow him down, but not after an 8-yard gain. So we're winding down here in between the first quarter. I don't know if we're going to get another playoff or not. So just 15 seconds. But it's 2nd and 3. They're getting up to the line of scrimmage. I think you're going to get a play off. One wide out to the left, one to the right, I formation. The Fibra quick handoff there to number 33 with the tackle there. Is that number 74, Rodney Grimes again with the stop. That's the end of the first quarter. So we're all tied up here, 0-0 from Helling Stadium. We'll be right back for second quarter where Western Beaver will have the ball, 2nd and 3 from the Ellwood City 20-yard line. Welcome back, folks. A really fast-moving first quarter there. 12-minute quarter took 17 minutes. So no penalties, no injuries. That helps things out, too. So we're at 2nd and 1. Should be 3rd and 1. I don't know what we're kind of. What are we? 3rd down?
They got 3rd on the field.
Yep. Anyway, number 2 around that right side, jigs and jags and moves, goes out of bounds probably at about the 15-yard line. So pick up a 5 on the play. It don't matter if it was 2nd or 3rd down because it's 1st down now. Carter Lutz on the tackle. So Western Beaver, they're just their 2nd possession of the game, driving now in the red zone here at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. The Fever under center. High formation. Handoff there. Nice hit there. Big time Tyler Powell. Big time hit there for no gain. Maybe a loss on the play. I'm not sure who the ball carrier was, Brad, but he nice cut through there. Cut through there for
Carrier was number 33.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Daquan Bradford was the carrier, and really Tyler Powell on that play just shut off a block and found his way to the backfield. So 2nd and 10, ball still on that 15-yard line. The Fever on the keeper around that left side, makes the first man miss, and he finds way 5, touchdown. Touchdown, Western Beaver. Western Beaver strikes first. The touchdown was a 15-yard run by number 15, the quarterback, Xander Lefebvre. So, and he really had smooth sailing. I think they bit on that handoff, on the fake handoff around to the right side, and he found his way in the end zone.
All you're looking there is for one block on that left side to seal it off, and he can get outside, turn on the Jets, and that's what happened, unfortunately.
Yes, it is. So on for the extra point
is number 51, which we do not have. So let's see. Lucky number, 50.
Oh, high snap, ball in there. That ball's blocked. Number 14, Ashton Wilson, off of that right side, comes around. A little high in the snap, but if the snap would have been perfect, Ashton would have been in there for that block. So with 11:11 left to go here in this second quarter, Western Beaver 6, Ellwood City 0.
That could be possibly huge because
it could be because this just has that feel of a very tight game.
Right.
I think we can't. Ellwood City, they're down by 1 score. They don't want to get down by 2. We're a quarter and 2 minutes into this game, and Ellwood City's had 1 possession. Western Beavers had 2.
And you know that they can kick field goals because they kicked one last week.
Yes, they did.
Missing something like that, you never know. That can get into somebody's head, and if it comes down to a pressure kick, you never know what can happen.
Right, exactly. Very well said. So stick around here, folks. Halftime, we will have the crowning of our 2019 homecoming queen.
Both the bands will have a little bit of a modified halftime show.
Yep.
And whatnot. And they'll have the band do their normal routine, the drum roll, please, and we'll have our crowning.
Yep. So back to receive for the Wolverines is number 14, Ashton Wilson, and Nick Magnifico. I think it's one of the first times we've seen Nick back there in the you see the kick. Run up in the kick, high end over end kick. Taken there by Ashton at the 10-yard line. He's up to the 20, 25, turns on the Jets. He's at the 40, the 45, the 50. One man to beat, 40, 35, all the way back to the 35-yard line. No flags on the field. Awesome return by Ashton Wilson. Wow, he just kind of didn't really dance. Just kind of was going up there. And I tell you what, he hit that 30-yard line. He was full steam ahead. Great return, wonderful field position. The Wolverines will be starting in the Western Beaver 35-yard line.
A 55-yard return on the kickoff.
55-yard return, and the big fella that kicks the ball was there to get him, but great return for Ashton Wilson and the kick return team. Shotgun, handoff, Tyler Powell. Hit there hard, but rolls way forward, still fighting. Forward progress is going to get Tyler Powell probably 3 yards. made something out of nothing there, did Tyler. So going to bring up a 2nd down and 7. With Coach Fody is smiling so big he could eat a banana sideways after that kickoff return. Our special teams coach, Jeff Fody, down there. 2nd and 8. Gave him 2 on that play. Yeah, Ben, Tyler Powell. That didn't work. Loss of 2 on the play. Tyler got hit from the left side to right side and in the middle. So ball now back at the 35-yard line. I guess he didn't lose anything, but didn't gain anything. So 3rd and 10. And I think we're looking at 2-down territory again here too, Brad.
Yeah. Anytime that the Wolverines cross that 40, and even maybe just the 50 alone, they're going to go for it.
I think so.
Unless it's something big. We're closer on that score.
Bring DiCaprio in kind of like a tight end situation. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Back is Gibbons. Throws it down the field. Ashton Wilson. Oh! Off the fingertips of Ashton Wilson, and kind of lucky there. It kind of hit the fingertips after that. Number 12 for Western Beaver. I guess you're wrong, Brad. They're going to punt it, it appears.
Huh?
So
we talk about field position. You never know. Maybe pin them back. Maybe they did show that they can stop them once, so who knows?
Right, all right.
If it's 6-0, if this was a different score, no doubt.
But Gibbons, also the punter. Waits the snap, gets the ball. Kick is long and high, and
so close.
Goes back in the end zone for a touchback. I knew what he was trying to do there. Everybody did. And he was about 2 yards in bounds where he was hoping to go out of bounds. So after the touchback, 9:34 left to go. We'll have a change of possession here. And the Western Beaver will take over from their 20-yard line. So as we wait for Beaver offense to get on the field. Sam DiCaprio up there on the line tonight, along with Rodney Grimes. Storm Chambers in there right now. Back to pass, going down the field. Man there, good play. It's a good play by Nick Magnifico covering the intended receiver. He was patient enough to wait for the receiver to get the ball and then hit him as he juggled it. And the ball falls incomplete. So credit Nick Magnifico for a pretty good defensive play on that one. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Western Beaver. And the shotgun is the Fever this time. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Hand off there to number 2, finds his way through a hole. He's up to the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, 45, 40, 35, taken down there. He's still on his feet. 20, all the way down to the 15-yard line. Good grief. Wow. Wow, that was a long way he ran that ball.
65 yards.
65 yards. And man, he was met at the line of scrimmage, found a hole his way up through there and cut back and just juked and jived his way. He was got at the 40-yard line, slipped out of that tackle. Who was the ball carrier? I never did.
Ball carrier was number 2.
Okay, first time we called his number tonight. No, that was Thaddeus Gray.
Yeah, Thaddeus
on
Gray.
the 65-yard run.
And then the tackle was number 4, Magnifico.
Magnifico chasing him down. There's Thaddeus Gray again. This time they kind of hem him up there for a short gain on the play of about 1 yard. And we've just seen that. It gets frustrating, Brad. We're playing pretty good. We've seen this in other games. They're playing pretty good, and all of a sudden they give up a 60-yard play.
This year, all those scoring plays and now all those big plays have usually led to points on the board, and it's continuing that trend right now.
Right. I mean, they kind of hold them, and then they let up that one big one. And games are won in a few plays, and those big ones are really hard to come back from. Rolling out there to the left this time is Thaddeus Gray. He's down to the 10. Looks his way forward, down to about the 6-yard line. I don't think it's enough for a first down, the way the sticks are looking right now. So pickup of about 6 on the play. On that tackle was Ashton Wilson. So 3rd and 2 here for Western Beaver. Ball on the left hash. So 2 wide outs to the right. In the shotgun is Lefevre. He goes back to pass. Looking to his right. Got his man down there, but the ball was misdirect thrown. Ball falls incomplete. Ball intended for number 3, Noah Gray.
Yeah, he definitely shortchanged that one. There was no way that was going to be completed.
No, it wasn't. I just realized there's 3 Grays on this roster that we have. We've announced 2 of them so far, so I don't know if they're. Well, 4th and 2, 6-0.
Again, you don't want to say huge plays. Keep it at 6.
Yep. So big defense stand here on this 4th down for the Wolverines on this 4th and 2 from a 7-yard line. Hand off to Gray. Up the middle he goes. Untouched for Western Beaver, touchdown. Thaddeus Gray with the 6-yard run. 7:26 left to go here in this second quarter. The score is now 12-0, and I bet we're going to see a 2-point conversion coming up here. So that drive was 80 yards. I'm not sure how many plays.
Big 65-yard play, and I believe that was 4 plays. Because you had the incompletion, or the run, incompletion, and then the run to finish it off.
Yep.
So I believe 4 plays, 80 yards. Oof. Looks like we're going to
so
have a
2-point
pass.
conversion. 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Got a flag
Just
on the
chucks it up to
field.
4
Chucks it up
wide.
there. Overshot him, but let's wait to see. Hope we don't got a defensive offsides. If it's off.
Let's see what we got here.
We'll wait to see.
Okay, so they're saying false start. They're going to
False
decline
start.
it.
Penalties decline. So that's going to keep the score at 12-0. With 7:26 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a quick timeout for the scoring break. We'll be right back. Okay, after that 80-yard 5-play drive, I believe it was, Brad, for the Western Beaver, they take the lead 12-0. Run up in the kick. Nick Magnifico and Ashton Wilson back there to receive. High end over end kick taken at the 10-yard line by Nicky Magnifico this time. Finds a block, pinballs his way around, falls his way forward. Going to start this drive at about the 32-yard line. So 7:16 left to go. Love to see a good drive here by the Wolverines. They've a few times have moved the ball tonight, mostly via the run. We'll have all the halftime stats. We have an injured player down there on the field, but for Western Beaver.
I have a feeling because it was that late, no doubt in my mind it's going to be a cramp. This weather has been very beautiful. The problem with that is because of the high temperatures in the 70s, you get cramps almost every single week.
You'll see that. You see that in college and pro games. But this is our halftime show. We're going to watch the bands a little bit and then talk about the crowning of our homecoming queen. We'll have some halftime stats for you. We'll kind of wait and see how the halftime goes.
Yeah, we may have
time.
to do some halftime stats on the fly. We'll definitely, for sure, keep you up to date on out-of-town scores.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. There's a lot of big things happening out of town as we're in this week 5 of the season.
Teams are kind of separating themselves.
Separating the playoffs in a lot of these games now. I mean, all games are important, but you kind of have that playoff implications now are definitely
coming into play.
Yes, they are.
All right, back to action.
Back to action here after the cramping issue. Gibbons, handoff there to Tyler Powell. Follows his way forward. Pickup of a couple on the play for Tyler. So I think we do have a name now for 51, he just said there, Brad. But really no gain on the play. Ball on the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, and I think we got a timeout for Ellwood City. That's their second timeout of this half, one remaining.
I wonder if that timeout was a little bit premature here. I did see number 14 Ashton Wilson and number 4 Nick Megg on the sideline here. They're both off the side. Usually, I believe, if not one, if not both are out there every once in a while for wide receivers. So I'm wondering if they were rotating in or something like that, or maybe somebody's got something.
Yeah, I think there
on
could be some personnel issues, but probably it's best to use that timeout than to take a penalty with too many men in the field.
Yep.
Or
especially with it being second down. You're setting yourself up for a long third down if you don't take that time out.
You know, we've only really seen only one penalty in this whole entire game.
I tell you what, if you look at the season stats for the opponents versus the Wolverines season stats, it's one-sided. The Wolverines have at least half the amount of penalties.
They're not a team you see penalized very often here, are these Wolverines. Let's talk about big number 57 there in the middle. Now I can't find his number. So, 2nd and 10. Ball on the 32-yard line. Pitch out there to the right side. Tyler Powell dives his way forward. Gets maybe up a little gingerly after that. We're going to call it a 4-yard run.
I have a feeling that may be our bread and butter in this game, is that pitch outside to get some couple yards.
Yeah. And we've seen it do it to short side and long side. The quick handoff up the middle has not been effective. The delayed handoff up the middle, maybe some more. So 3rd and 6. Ball just across the 35-yard line. Ashton Wilson out to the far left. Back to pass is Gibbons looking down the field, and he's hit and sacked back at the 29-yard line by number 8, Lonnie Kraft. Big-time loss on the play. Gibbons had a second to look downfield. Don't think there was a whole lot there, and really was hit from that backside by the speedy number 8.
That was a big 11 to 12-yard loss there.
Yeah,
Huge.
it was. Yeah, it was. And he came off that. I was watching the replay, Brad. Here comes the punt. Nice kick there by Gibbons, taken by number 3 at the 47-yard line. Bounces off of one man, falls his way forward, up over midfield to the 45-yard line. So give him 7 yards on that return, But on that sack play, number 8 just worked his way around that right side and pushed his way into the lap of Gibbons. So after, how far was that punt, Brad?
Let's see. Put me on the spot there real fast.
I'm sorry. I usually have that covered, but I didn't think we were starting.
I usually do.
Nonetheless, it was a nice punt.
So it was a 26, 31-yard punt.
31-yard punt, 7 on the return. So going to be 1st and 10. Western Beaver starting in Ellwood City territory at the 44-yard line. 5:16 left to go, and they have all 3 timeouts remaining. in the shotgun. Sends a man out to the right. Under pursuit, Storm Chambers coming after him. He makes a man miss, rolls his way forward. Ooh. Hits a man, gang tackled there. He ran about 30 yards to get 6, did Lefevre. Xander.
I'll tell you what, he is not afraid to put
No,
his
he's not. He
down.
put his head down, and I'm not sure who he hit there, but I was glad to see both of them get up after the play was over. So Tyler Powell took the hit, but did stop him. So Lefevre got them long legs and strides, and he gets them out there rolling. Pickup of 6 on the play. Going to bring a second down and 4:37 left to go here in this first half. Lefevre on the keeper. Kind of looks like an option, but runs his way forward. Nice stop there because he was pushing forward there. Noah Bunny in there. Rodney Grimes getting off the bottom of the pile. So pickup of, we're going to give him 2. So going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 for Western Beaver. Under center, I formation on this 3rd and 3. Quick handoff there. He's bottled up there at the line of scrimmage. Trying to drive forward, but I don't think he got enough.
I don't think so. It's kind of a premature whistle, but he did, from the looks of it, looks short here.
That was Gray on the run. Yep. But right now, ball's on the 35-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 1. 3:31 left to go. You really want to watch the hard count here on this one. On this 4th and 1, that I formation again. Hand off to number 2. Gray, up the middle he goes. Spins off a 1. Needed 1, got about 6. That's a first down, Western Beaver Bobcats. Thaddeus Gray on the carry. Nick Magnifico once again in on the tackle. So, new set of downs for Western Beaver. Just about 3 minutes left to go here in this first half. Western Beaver driving once again. They started this drive in Ellwood City territory at the 45-yard line. So, in the shotgun. Fever, and they want a timeout. Going to take a timeout here is Western Beaver with 2:41 left to go. We'll just take a quick timeout as well. Welcome back, folks. Ball on the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. New set of downs for these Western Beaver, Golden Beavers. Kind of trickery there as rolls out, fires the ball. Ball falls incomplete. I don't know if that was misdirection or
it was a fake handoff.
Fake handoff.
Yeah, a little bit of a trickery there.
So.
Yeah, defender was number 9.
So nonetheless, the ball falls incomplete. And I'll tell you, this Lefevre on the throws, he's throwing darts.
He's got
some zing on that.
I wouldn't doubt he's also a baseball player.
I would agree. We haven't seen him take the ball downfield yet, but okay, his little Statue of Liberty play out after Lefevre. Brought down there by number 28, Sammy DiCaprio. Yep. So he played in that defensive end position tonight. Worked his way through there. on the 30-yard line.
Lost the yard.
They lost a yard.
Good pursuit by Decap.
Yeah, and give Sambo credit. He kind of stayed home because everything else was going one way. It was kind of that fake handoff, the old Statue of Liberty play almost, but the guy kept the ball. And that was discipline there to stay at home.
It's just a naked bootleg where you don't know what's on that backside, and sure enough, Decap was there and finished the play.
Decap. I like Sambo. We'll go with Decap. He's got the next year to worry about that. Back to pass, going deep down the field. Almost intercepted.
I tell you what.
Almost intercepted. Ashton Wilson, it was Ashton out there, stayed with his man the whole time and turned to look for the ball and got between the would-be receiver and the ball and knocked that ball incomplete. So 4th down, Western Beavers converted 2 4th downs this evening, one on the scoring drive and one on the last drive, one on the touchdown. And then here. So, big play here for the Wolverines. We don't want to go down 3 scores into halftime.
Play the sticks.
Yeah. Back to pass. He has time. Throws it down the field. Got a man wide open, and he missed it. Slightly overthrew him. That was a beautiful design play. Just did not quite get it finished. Ball falls incomplete. Man, when that ball went in the air, I thought we had our touchdown. Laid out was the receiver for Western Beaver. Just did come up a bit short. Man, that kid's got an arm.
He does.
He
does. And you also got to give credit to number 4, reaching out there. He almost caught that.
Yeah, he did.
It was
real
close.
Yeah, he did.
But nonetheless, huge
ball over on downs.
That's huge.
12-0. $1:32 left to go here in this half. The sun's gone down. Darkness is upon us. Just a beautiful night here at the stadium. So 1st and 10, Gibbons sends Ashton in motion. Hands off to Ashton. He's ragdolled down there for a loss, and a big loss at that by big number 33, Daquan Bradford. That's a timeout, Western Beaver. Interesting.
They have what? 2 more. Okay, so they
just have one more timeout.
Okay, so
left.
one more timeout.
So how much did he lose on that play?
He lost about 7.
So going to bring up a 2nd and 17. Maybe they're just thinking they can get the ball back.
I think not even that. You're just thinking if they punt the ball, anytime you punt the ball in high school, you got your skilled returner, you got somebody that's fast back there. You never know. You get 1 block, 2 blocks. You don't even necessarily need a block. You just cut it upfield. The defenders, punting is always tough. You get the defender running down the field, and you're running up. You got the advantage every single time. Who knows? Break one for 50-something.
Right.
You never know. It can happen.
Right. Yeah, this roster's wrong. I'm looking at number 57 out there, and it says he's 5'10", 170 pounds. That kid's 6'3", 240. So, all right, Wolverines. Gibbons in the shotgun. 2 wide outs to the right. Quick pass out there to Ashton Wilson. He's got a blocker. He's up to the 30. Hit there at the 31-yard line. Just about back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. Noah Gray on the tackle. 3rd and 10. Pass out there, Ashton again in a flat.
Here we go.
Gets a
Here we
blocker
go.
Upfield.
First down.
Got a flag. Oh, darn it.
That was a first down, but unfortunately there was a flag.
That don't look.
Let's see what
Not
we
in
got
the area
here.
you want to get a flag if you're on offense running the ball. But Ashton, once again, that quick pass out there to the left. I think we've just found that Gibbons just is not having enough time to let the receivers get downfield to try them longer passes.
Okay, what's going on here? Officials are looking at each other. I think they're trying to set the ball, and I think they're also trying to talk to the Western Beaver coaches.
That's going to be a spot foul. Yeah, they're
So
walking.
they're going to say a block in the
holding.
Holding.
Holding. Spot foul. So the ball's going to be back at about the 28-yard line. we'll replay third down. That did away with that first down run. So 49 seconds left to go here in this second quarter. Up over the ball. No, I beg your pardon. Shotgun. Gibbons back to pass. He's hit there and taken down hard. Taken down hard at the 25-yard line was Gibbons. And I think we're going to see a timeout here taken by Western Beaver. So no gain on the sack. Loss of yardage of about 5 yards. And a Western Beaver timeout. So just watching the replay here. And wow, just pushed him right out of the way. And found his way to the quarterback that time. So where we stand here, 43 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Western Beaver will be getting the ball via punt with no timeouts remaining.
Right. Now you're just hoping for a good return, maybe get the ball back around that 40, 30-yard line. You got about 35 seconds, 30 seconds. You just toss it up. We've seen he's got a cannon.
He does it. He does.
So
we haven't seen him go deep yet, but, man, that kid's –
right. And at that point, if you got 1 second, 2 seconds left in this game or at halftime, before halftime, put 3 chips on one side, just throw it up, see what happens.
See what happens. So we'll just await here the punt. Back to receive. Looks like number 4. Gibbons awaits the snap. You got pressure coming. Oh, it's tipped. Ball rolls out of bounds there at the 38-yard line. Man, they came with the house on that one. And that ball was tipped, wasn't it, Brad?
I believe so. Yeah, it was tipped a little bit.
The receiver really laid it out. Or the defensive player for Western Beaver laid out there up in the air and got his hands on the ball. So
unfortunately, just the 11-yard punt. But that could have been.
There you go.
That could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have. That could have been disastrous. Even more. So 32 seconds to go. Remember, first down does stop the clock briefly. So we'll see what this Western Beaver pass out there in the flat. It's number 6 rolls his way forward and gets out of bounds all the way down to the 18-yard line. 18-yard pickup on that pass out to the right flat. Taken down there by Ashton Wilson. But that was a speedy receiver there. So clock stops with out of bounds. The defense really got a hold here, Brad.
Yep.
They can't let him in.
They did it once, so we'll see. Got to do it twice now.
A shotgun. Goes back to Passander. Throws the ball out there to number 3, and out of bounds he goes at about the 14-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play. 17 seconds left to go on the second down, and probably going to be about 5.
Yep. Wolverines will take that play every sometime.
Yeah, they will, but I think there's
a
a point there where we're just going to start going to the end zone.
Yep.
On this second down play for Western Beaver. There's a snap. Back to pass. Throws that out there.
Long read.
Ashton Wilson got a hand on it. We got a flag on the play. We'll wait to see what that is. Holding against Western Beaver. And I think somebody hitched when they should have go on that play because nobody was home for Western Beaver. So holding.
This is kind of interesting. If you accept this penalty, it stays second down. You decline it, it is third down. I mean,
you only got 11 seconds left, though.
So
you might as well make it a little harder for them to
if
get
you send them back, maybe a couple more plays.
That 10 yards and spot foul 10 yards. And I think the hold was obviously behind the line of scrimmage because they're all the way back to about the 30-yard line. So 2nd and 20. I think that's almost irrelevant now at this point with 11 seconds left to go. Awaits the shotgun snap. Back to pass the Fever. He has time. Going downfield.
Another penalty.
Another penalty.
I have a feeling this one's coming back again.
So ball falls incomplete. There was a host of just players from both teams around where that ball landed. I think we are.
Yep, looks like we're coming back
Marking
again.
that
Holding.
back. Another holding call. So 4 seconds left to go here for the Wolverines in this.
You can see defensive coordinator Jeff Fody over here. He was a little bit frustrated that that pass was even almost caught.
Yeah.
But they got bailed out. Another penalty.
So now it's at the 40-yard line. We got about 4 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. The Wolverine defense is all spread out over the field. Rolling his right, throws the ball down the field. Jump ball taken there by number 6 at the 5, and he's brought down as the clock strikes 0. Wow. 35-yard pass all the way down to the 5-yard line, but receiver got the ball, but was taken down immediately by about 4 Ellwood City Wolverines. So with that brings us to halftime with the score: Western Beaver, Golden Beavers 12, Ellwood City 0. A good half of football. A couple big plays, and it would be different. So we're going to let you now enjoy the Western Beaver Band and the Ellwood City Blue Band, and then we'll be ready right back here for the coronation of our homecoming queen. Just shut us off. Okay. Yep. This one's I've got scheduled page. Oh, no. My sister-in-law. Tried to get very I can't suck my gut in that long. Huh? I can't suck my gut in that long. You gotta take it quick.
This one thumbs up in front too.
Yep. Keaton Busy. Oh. That was a little bit. They have Rutgers, so I believe it's Rutgers Station. Should be enough. We'll see.
Yeah, obviously.
Right. They've got skill players. If you give them a year to develop their mind and develop schemes, like if they buy into the such and such,
Athletic Courses 1973 stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, Colorado Superteam Radio Station. There's one of Aerosmith's most popular songs.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy Dream On.
I think people underestimate what they're going to do. No, still, I really do think people are going to underestimate. I have a feeling they're going to go far. I think people underestimate. But
I think they also underestimate how bad this division is.
yeah. I mean, let's be real. But we're 3 weeks in, and 3 wins.
On the other hand, I can't think of anybody that's lost anything. Kansas City, Kansas
Hit for the United States first to rock and roll, the team of Walker Blue. Our last one is written in 1975, big year, and giving it all their line songs. That's a tribute to this little rock and roll close to our show with rock and roll all night.
This is what they see here.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Can the camera hear us?
right, welcome back, folks. It's halftime from Helling Stadium as your Wolverines are down 12-0 to the Western Beaver Beavers. We got some stats in here and some out-of-town scores before we do the crowning of our queen tonight. Some out-of-town scores, if we can get it up on the screen. Apparently we're having a little issues here. Let's see here. Always something new each week. There we go. Now we're good. Some out-of-town scores. Right now, Newcastle is up at halftime on South Park, 14-7. That is a non-conference game. Avonworth is just cruising by Summit Academy, 43-8. Shenango got a halftime lead on Mohawk, 7-3. South Fayette is cruising by Blackhawk. That one isn't even at halftime yet. It's 27-7. Central Valley cruising past Waynesburg Central, 42-0. How about this one? Two undefeated teams, 5-0. Southmoreland and McGuffey tied at half, 21 apiece. New Brighton has a 10-point lead on Neshannock at half, 28-18. And talking about that 1A team, Olsh and Laurel. Olsh is up 21-13 at halftime. So some halftime stats there as well. 12-0 Beavers. Total yards 236-40. First downs in favor of the Beavers, 11-3. No turnovers in this half. Penalties 2 for 20, 1 for 10 for the Wolverines. Time possession in favor of the Western Beavers, 14:05 to 9:23. Rushing has been their game, but they've also been able to pass. And in halftime performers, passing-wise, Western Beaver, Xander Lafebert, I can't remember his name, 4 for 9, 63 yards. Thaddeus Gray, 10 carries, 117 for 1 touchdown. Johnny Bryant, 2 receptions, 52 yards. And then for the Wolverines defensively wise, Tyler Powell, 7 tackles, 4 solo. So there is your halftime stats. We'll throw it back over to Thad to talk about our
Brad.
halftime
We are now
festivities.
introducing the homecoming court once again. First up is Megan Olabal. Second is Taylor Covert. Third person out there is Avery Dudek. Then we have Avery Elchinson. And then right to the right of that 50-yard line is Miss Saley Grinnan. Then Hannah Marini. And then Miss Shaylee Schwartz making her way onto the field. And then Angela Volpe. And then Samantha Campos-Ritten, our Brazilian foreign exchange student. Got a couple ring bearers out there in the flowers. I didn't catch their names, unfortunately. And we have our last year's winner, Miss Mia DiCario. We got the ceremony here. Mia DiCario, last year's homecoming queen out there. The 2019 homecoming queen is, with the drum roll, if you hear the name, tell me. I don't.
Yep.
Miss Saley Grinnan. Congratulations to Saley Grinnan. She will be our 2019 Ellwood City Wolverine homecoming queen. Congratulations to Saley. Very well deserved. I'm sure parents, we can hear them, the excitement in the crowd for Saley's fan club. Got the pictures going on right now. So congratulations to Saley. So this halftime here coming to a close. Just a couple minutes left to go here. And exciting half of football. Probably one of the better halves the Wolverines have played,
Right.
given taking a couple plays. Wanted to give a shout out a couple people that I do know that are involved heavily with the homecoming, the senior class sponsors. Mrs. Noble and Mrs. Pigza, two wonderful people. I know firsthand, talking with the students, just two favorites here at the Ellwood City High School, and tremendous role models and people to be in charge of our senior class sponsors.
And correct me if I'm wrong, tomorrow is the dance.
Yes, you brought that up. Tomorrow is the dance. So the traditional, a lot of people go out to dinner beforehand.
Right.
And,
it's not just a homecoming night. It kind of turns into a homecoming weekend.
Yes, it does.
Which is always something that's very special. I mean, you go anywhere. Most of the teams that are hosting tonight at home, this is usually their homecoming night, midweek. It's a great turnout to see parents and the kids and the students just to rejuvenate the season, which is always neat to see.
Right, probably one of our biggest student sections here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And all the students on the sidelines. So congratulations again to Saley Grinnan.
Okay, so we got about a minute of both teams kind of warming up. They're going to start the clock here. They got the officials waiting for that 1 o'clock. I think he's going to reset it to 3 minutes.
Okay.
From what I saw from his hand. So.
And we see that kind of often when you have something special going on at halftime, that they'll come out and readjust to do some things.
Right.
To get that.
With that being said, we'll throw up the stats back up on the screen. Total yards once again, since we ran through this so quickly. Western Beaver just running right past the Wolverines, 236 total yards, 173 yards rushing. They were also able to get the ball passing-wise. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that also in the second half. The quarterback, wow, man, he's got a gun. He's definitely got an arm there. If they go and spread 4 wide, 3 wide, you never know. They can just chuck it up. First downs, once again, 11-3 in favor of the Beavers. Penalties, Wolverines are winning that battle just by 1, 2 for 20, and 1 for 10 then for the Wolverines. Time possession is all in favor of the Beavers, 14:05 to 9:23. So once again, kind of a trend the past couple weeks, dominated by the opposing team. However, this has not translated to points. It's only 12-0. Yes, you're being outplayed yardage-wise, passing-wise, rushing-wise, first downs, but nonetheless, it's 12-0. It feels like a completely different game the past couple weeks. So there's that.
Yeah. Yes, it has, Brad, and it's kind of just we're seeing some positive things happen. We're an 0-5 team, so you look for those positive things to build on. We kind of have that here tonight. We're just talking at halftime on that starting defense tonight. 11 players on defense. There, 6 sophomores and 3 freshmen.
Name another team that has that.
Right.
I can't.
We talk about,
I can't.
and this is not an excuse or anything. It's just this is the facts of what we are dealing with this year.
And I tell you what, we saw it against Sarah Catholic 3 weeks ago. It seems like the defense is the spark of this team. Mm-hmm. It seems like if they can shut down that opposing team for 1 drive, 2 drives, maybe even 3 drives, a 4th down play to keep it 12-0, maybe that's the spark. I'm not sure if that offense can use it.
I think that spark's there, but we've seen them just run out of gas
right.
in about every game. We can go back to Neshannock, hold them to 4 yards with 2 minutes to go in the first
right.
quarter, and we end up getting mercied.
Right.
And I don't think it's a coaching thing. I just think we got smaller bodies out there that can fight with them, and they're still fighting at the end. Do not take me out of context here. But it's just not
right.
there anymore. The gas tank is getting down to be
empty. The nice thing is we're looking at the scoreboard. We cannot say it enough. 12-0. This is the closest halftime score we've had since Sarah Catholic.
Yes,
when that game, I believe, was 14-7 or something like that. Yeah. This is huge. 12-0. I mean, you're going to get the ball to start off. If you go down, score a touchdown, it's 12-7. And those 2, technically extra point and then the 2-point conversion, that's huge. That's huge. So it's possible. You never know what could happen in the second half. We're going to look for the Wolverines to come out strong. If they can get 1 drive going, all it takes is 1 play,
right.
1 busted play, score a touchdown. You're back in this easily.
They are. And, from a size standpoint, in this game, probably more than any other, I think we're more evenly matched.
Yes. They have a couple big guys on the line and a couple skilled guys, but fairly even.
All right, we're about ready to start this second half of football on this homecoming night. Back to receive is Nick Magnifico and number 14, Ashton Wilson. With the run up and the kick forthcoming. Line drive kick taken there at the 10-yard line by Nick Magnifico. Hit there hard at the 22-yard line. Big number 22, I believe it was. I'm sorry, that's where the ball is, 22. 25 with the tackle. So hope you enjoyed that halftime presentation by the Western Beaver Golden Beavers Band and the Ellwood City Blue Band. Next Saturday, the Blue Band will be down at Geneva College for the Beaver County Band Festival.
Just across the river there.
Just across the river. So you can get tickets at the gate or at the office. There's a handoff there to Tyler Powell. Weaves his way through, makes the first wave, kind of bounces off, pinballs around. Going to pick up about 4 on the play. But stop in the office and you can get your tickets there. Be all the bands from Beaver County there. Should be a really great night and a beautiful venue there at Geneva College for it to be performed. Speaking of tickets, I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite people, Mrs. Carcel, Lisa Carcel at the office. She called her this morning. She got me the information here for homecoming. She's one of the first smiling faces you see when you walk into the door at Lincoln High School, and she's always there to help everybody out. Thank you, Miss Carcel. Handoff there again to Powell. Weaves his way through, but not much running room there. Going to bring up a 3rd down. Really no gain on that play for Tyler Powell. As we're standing up here looking at the sidelines, we see Zach Gatto down there. He was hurt pretty bad here 2 weeks ago. Or I guess we didn't know how bad it really was. It was life flighted to Pittsburgh. Was home the next evening. Not ready to be playing yet, but he looks good down there standing. It's good, great to see Zach at the stadium. So pass there in the middle, off the fingertips of number 18, Caden Kreiser. Kind of that curl route in at the first down marker. Ball just, it was too tall or just what, but either way, the ball falls incomplete. So a 3 and out for the Wolverines. Maybe not the way we wanted to see this third quarter get started. So back to receive for the Western Beaver is number 4 at Elias Bishop. So we may be off a little bit. Not much of a rush up toward this punt. That ball's fumbled. Who's got it? Ashton Wilson falls on the ball at the 32-yard line. Great turnover there. Recovered by Ellwood City. The would-be returner went up to catch the ball. The ball fell through his fingers. The ball bounces around. The ball is then jumped on by the gunner coming down there, Ashton Wilson. So great turn of events here for the Wolverines. They go from punting from their 30-yard or 25 to 30-yard line to taking the ball over in Western Beaver territory at the 34-yard line.
Here's that huge play.
That huge play, yes. Gibbons in a shotgun, hand off the, oh, he's hitting the backfield right now. Wow. There was 4 white jerseys around him when Tyler got the ball. He had really nowhere to run or hide. So, loss of 2 on the play, going to bring up a 2nd down and 12. I think we really need to think about just taking this ball to the inside.
It's just tough. You make a great play like that, and then right off the bat, you're knocked back 2 yards. But that is huge, though. It keeps the score 12-0, and now you're on their side of the field.
Yes, you are. Shotgun. Sends Wilson in motion.
Here we go.
Oh, there's to Tyler Powell. Little misdirection there in the backfield.
Play.
He weaves his way up over the left guard. Finds his way ahead forward Not quite enough for the first down. Going to bring up a third down and going to call it a long one. So a little different. I don't want to call that trickery. Just
You have two players coming for the ball. The defense has to sit there and wait and see
just
where it
wondering,
goes.
is that maybe a read from
Yeah, definitely
Gibbons'
a read.
standpoint that he can say, okay, we're going to give the ball to Ashton and go around the end? But
right.
hey,
You got
let's
a
wait.
wide receiver coming
I think
across.
they're kind of waiting to see where those
Yep.
linebackers are going.
Exactly.
And that. So 3rd and 2. That's a first down. Gibbons straightforward running there. We don't see them do that very often, but just over the center did Gibbons follow. Kept up his feet. Needed 2, got about 5.
That's a good gain. That's
Nice
huge.
gain on that 3rd down.
Keep it going.
So 1st and 10, right inside the red zone at the 20-yard line.
How huge would this be to score on a turnover?
It would be.
That'd be so huge.
It would be. Miss Powell hit there at the line of scrimmage. Really no gain on the play. Ball came out, but he was well down before got to it. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 with no gain on that play. So 2nd and 11. Shotgun. Gibbons back to pass. Rolls out to his right. Throws the ball. Nice grab there by Tyler Powell. Number 23, Tyler Powell, about a 5-yard reception there. Gibbons was running out to his right. Kind of everything in that play was going left and came back to the right. And Tyler was covered. There was a man around him. Got his mitts on the ball and pulled it in. Pick up a 5 on the play. Going to bring now a 3rd down and 5. Back to pass. Looking down there, nobody home. Little misdirection, miscommunication there. I don't think the intended receiver was where Gibbons thought he was going to be. So we're at 4th and 5. Ball on the 15-yard line. The Wolverines have converted some 4th downs this season, but it may not be their strong point.
3rd down has also been tough.
Yeah,
you
it
have
has.
3rd down, and it leaves you in a long 4th down, and then 4th down's just as bad.
Yeah. So we kind of found that to be the case. But maybe it'll change here. 4th and 5.
I have a feeling.
Shotgun. Back to pass, looking to his left. Thrown out there. It was dropped. Dropped but off the hands of Tyler Powell. Ball over on downs. They kind of had the wide receivers going out. And wasn't meant to be. Ball falls incomplete. 7 minutes left to go here. Change of possession. Western Beaver will take over. And this will be their first possession of this half, 5 minutes into it.
Nope. Second. Well, okay. Yeah, you're right.
We're splitting hairs in on technicalities. They fumbled a punt.
They fumbled a punt, so technically you were right.
They
Offense
never
never saw
had
the
possession.
Yeah, offense never saw the field.
Handoff there to Gray. Pounding his way forward. It's like that big number 57 was carrying him for the last yard or two. Second down, pickup of about 5 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 5. So, I formation. There's a handoff.
There we go.
Follows his way forward, but not much. Going to pick up, maybe back to that. Pick up a 1 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. Next week, we're home here against Shenango and break out the pink, folks. It's going to be pink night here at the stadium. Club Hope are going to be doing the football toss. And one of the members of Club Hope is going to join us in the broadcast booth for a little bit, talk about Club Hope. I don't know if I told you that yet or not, Brad, but there's a pass out there to number 3. Hit the ground. That ball's incomplete. Not sure what they were doing on that play, but it did not work.
We got a running clock. I think it was incomplete.
Should be incomplete. That clock should be stopped. Unless they gave him a catch when he caught it and he was on his knees when he caught it. So,
not really sure.
4th and 9. Nonetheless, 4th and 9. They're going to give him credit for the catch, but there was no gain. Back here's up to punt. High towering kick. Bounces there. Down 39-yard line in Western Beaver territory. Great field position. That punt covered about 23 yards. So Ellwood City will be taking over. But a real special night here. A tradition they started here a couple years ago with the cancer awareness, October's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Please, you'll be hearing about it throughout the week. Club Hope does so much here in the community. Kind of feature some of the things that they do that night. So break out the pink jerseys for cancer awareness next week. Fumble on the play by Powell, but he bent over and picked it up. That could have been disastrous. But Powell gets the ball. It was more he got it in the belly. Never had possession of the ball, and it fell on the ground. He picked it up, tried to roll forward. No gain on the play. So 2nd and 10, ball on the 40-yard line for the Wolverines. Need to take advantage of this field position. Hand off to Powell, cuts to the right, jigs to the left, up over that right side. Nice run there by Tyler Powell. Going to pick up about 6 yards. Nice blocking up there on that play. Number 53, Cameron Reynolds, and number 50, Andy Vrabel on that right side. So gain of 6 on the play. Going to bring it with 3rd down and 4. 4 minutes to go here on a rolling clock in this 3rd quarter. There's a handoff to Powell. Rolls his way forward. Good, hard running there by Tyler Powell. Needed 4. Got about 6 on that play. And they were bringing the house on that one was Western Beaver. He just slipped his way through that first tackler and kept them legs driving forward. So nice play there. Credit Rodney Grimes, one of the lead blockers on that play. Storm Chambers was in there as well. So that's enough for an Ellwood City first down.
They had 3 first downs in that first half. Now they're starting to move the ball a little bit here. I think they have now 2 added to that, so moving the ball.
There's a handoff there to Powell and hit hard.
Where's the
That's
whistle?
the line of scrimmage. Yeah, where's the whistle? So no gain on the play there for Tyler Powell. And that's kind of what hurts. You get them first down plays where there's no gain. All of a sudden, it don't give you many options in that playbook as you're coming to the second,
worst case
down.
scenario, if you get 1 or 2 yards, at least it makes 2nd down a little bit closer.
Right.
It is tough. When you are in the backfield like that, man, you're setting up a long 2nd and 3rd down possibly.
So, all right, 2nd and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. Back to pass Gibbons. Oh, man. That
Lucky.
was almost intercepted. Threw it into the hands of number 33. Almost said thank you very much. Ball falls incomplete. Wow. He got his big mitts up there and just batted that ball down.
And what's crazy about that is if that was completed, there was some room on that side. But, wow, what a play.
So, 3rd and 10 now for the Wolverines. Ball on the 25-yard line. Score 12-0. Back to pass Gibbons. Weaves his way around. We got a flag on the play. Gibbons still trying to make something out of nothing. Better blow that one dead.
Definitely a hold on this right side.
Yeah,
I also
we got
have
a
a
hold.
feeling, you never know. They could decline this. but definitely was a hold on that right
on
side.
that 3rd and 10. And the ball right now is spotted. Yep, they declined the penalty. Good call, Brad. Going to bring up that 4th down. Loss of 4 on the play. Going to bring up a 4th down and 14. Fourth and 13. Gibbons in a shotgun. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Back to pass. Under pursuit is Gibbons. Oh, another flag, and he's sacked all the way back at the 42-yard line.
Have a feeling this will be another hold.
Yeah,
this time right up the middle.
They're going to decline.
And they're going to decline. His ball will go right back over.
They're going to have a ball over on downs. Gibbons is just not getting any time. He's just not getting any time at all when he goes back there. You know, and not that it takes a long time to run 14 yards to get a first down, or on that, but it just wasn't. It's just not there. So,
man, that's rough. That drive looked so promising.
Yeah, it did. You start the
felt
drive
good.
at your 45-yard lines. You get a first down.
You kind of shoot yourself in the foot, but nonetheless, also the sacks as well. There's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately.
Going backwards. So, ball over on downs. Now it's going to be Western Beaver's ball. 1st and 10, ball on their own 41-yard line. 2 wideouts to the right, back to pass early on, going deep down the field. Jump ball, Ashton Wilson. I'm going to tell you what.
That's twice now.
Ashton Wilson's kind of letting people know what he can do back in there in that cornerback position. Great. Probably the biggest thing there is Ashton hung with him the whole time.
Right.
Did not let him get a step on him.
And at that point, the wide receiver kind of turns into the defender at that point.
Right, because that was basically a jump ball.
Right.
At that point in the game. Ashton, pretty good athlete. He's on a baseball diamond, Craig.
Yep.
And,
he plays left field.
And you'll see him at basketball too, won't you?
I'm not 100% sure, but I wouldn't doubt it.
I know he's a pretty good baseball player as well.
Right.
There's a handoff.
Good
There's
play.
a nice play. Tyler Powell in there. Throws them back for a loss. Gives the young man forward progress, but not even back to the original line of scrimmage. So, going to be a 3rd down and 11. Minute 55 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. So, nice crowd on hand. It stayed, which is nice. Beautiful night. 3rd and 11. Looks like a keeper an option. Not seen that to Thad Gray. Nice stop. He got to the 45. He needed to get to midfield. So, 4th down, 4th coming. Going to be a 4th and probably about 5.
Kind of hearing across the field, the Western Beaver coaches up here yelling on the left side over here, kick the ball, but they're going for it.
They are going for it, Brad. Big play, 4th and 6. Waiting moments of the 3rd quarter. Back to pass. He's taken down there. Big time defensive play by our Wolverines. No gain on the play. Who's in there? Number 47. So, nice play there by the defense. Just nothing ever really materialized. So, once again, Ellwood City starting. This is the 3rd time in the second, 2 of the 3 drives in this first half that they're starting in Western Beaver territory. Beaver 45. Pitch out there to Tyler Powell.
That's going to be a
hit
hold
hard.
coming
There's
right
got a
back.
hold there. Doggone. Can't self-destruct. So, I think the officials have done a good job. I haven't really seen any miss. Sometimes that whistle might be a little bit. It's not a quick whistle.
Right.
Not a quick whistle, which I have no problem with. They got to play, but hey, some of these times when they're locked up.
The one thing though, in their credit,
it is a holding.
With it being a penalty, you kind of indirectly, you kind of want to blow the whistle.
I know.
Just in case the play continues and that player gets hurt, you're kind of like, you could have, not saying you could
Especially in
prevent
a
it,
situation
but
where the offense, because you know
right,
that
you know what's
for
happening.
them to play is dead. Hey, if he fumbles the ball and they return it for a touchdown, but
Right.
they are doing a nice job here this evening. So with the penalty, a spot foul, 1st and 23 in the 42. Nice pitch there to Powell. Got to get a face mask here, can't we? Just say how they did a good job, then they missed that one. Dr. Powell taken down up at the 45-yard line. Picked up 3 hard-earned yards on that play. Look at the replay. It wasn't a face mask, but pretty darn close. 10 seconds left to go here, winding down this third quarter. We're going to take a timeout as this third quarter comes to a close. It's the Ellwood City Wolverines 0, Western Beaver 12. Should be a really good fourth quarter coming. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. As we start this fourth quarter, Ellwood City with the ball, 2nd and 20 from their own 45-yard line. Back to pass Gibbons. Quick shot there out to Ashton Wilson. Dances his way around there. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Picked up 10 on the play, did Ashton. And that's where we're seeing the pass plays work. When they have worked tonight, is them quick passes down underneath. Haven't really seen them take a shot downfield. Well, they maybe tried to take a shot downfield, but they got sacked in the process of doing it. So at the 46-yard line in Western Beaver territory, Gibbons gets the snap. Back to pass. He's got a little time this time, but the pass ran out of time. Sacked all the way back at the 44-yard line. He just could not find anybody open to pass to. On that play, Western Beaver really just sent 4, and the offensive line just couldn't hold him off that long. So, 4th down in a long way. About 4th and 21, I guess it is. Ball at the 44-yard line. So Gibbons back to punt. They have a whistle blowing. I'm not sure. Storm Chambers was missing something. I think he was missing his mouth guard. He washed it off before he put it on. There's a driving kick by Gibbons. Fumbled the ball to 15. It's number 4 around that left side. Got some head of steam going against the 25, 30. All the way out to the 33-yard line. Just a quick mention here, our Thursday night dinners each Thursday night. The Ellwood City Football Boosters feed the football team. And this week, the people, businesses, or parents are welcome to make the food. This week was Michelle Teolis and Tony and Don Rudder. So young Teolis on the team, and his mom and grandparents were there to serve all 31 players and the coaching staff. So big shout out to Michelle and her parents, Tony and Dawn. Father Mark Thomas was there to lead prayer for our football team last night. So thank him for coming. 1st and 10, Western Beaver. Number 2 winds his way around there.
I believe there's going to be a penalty on the backside. I have this feeling either it was offsides Wolverines or offsides Western Beaver.
Okay,
but it was
we'll
from the
wait to
far
see.
side. Looking over.
Really no gain on the play. They're walking.
Looks like
the
they're
other
walking
way.
back, so false start.
Or false start.
Yeah.
False start.
That or motion, or I have a feeling it was motion. Probably one of the wide receivers moved too early.
Okay. Got Western Beaver cheerleaders over here on the sidelines dancing there with our cheerleaders. And they got a mascot, and if I wouldn't have known they were Western Beaver Beavers, I'd have never guessed that thing was a beaver. I mean, that looks like more like a rat than anything I ever saw in my life. Handoff there up the middle, no gain on the play for running back for Western Beaver.
Number 2.
Thaddeus. That's one of the gray kids, Thaddeus. There's not a lot of Thads in the world, so we have a special bond when we see each other. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 15 after that penalty, and then no gain on that play. 2 wide outs to the left, 2 to the right. Makes the handoff. Throws a dart down in there. Almost intercepted by Ashton Wilson. Ball falls incomplete. But I think 2 Wolverines actually touched the ball that time.
Almost could have been 2.
So that dart that he throws. So Peyton O'Brien was in there as well, number 9, to get in the way of that ball getting to the would-be intended receiver. Stick around. After the game, folks, we'll have a quick post-game show. The highlights of this game. Back to pass on this 3rd and 15. Going deep. Overshot everybody.
Whew. Definitely has an arm.
Threw the ball a long way. Threw it faster than the young man could run. Noah Gray, that time intended receiver. Just kind of threw the ball up there. And good coverage by the Wolverines downfield.
And hey, 3 and out. Once again, that penalty set them back.
Yep.
It's 4th down, 8 minutes left. You split it in half, 2 scores. You never know.
Right. Right. They're showing pressures the Wolverines, and they jumped off sides. I may be wrong. We'll wait and see.
There you go. Send them back.
Send them back 5 more yards. I was wrong. So 5-yard mark off from the previous spot of the ball. So Ashton Wilson standing right at midfield. High kick. Taken there by Ashton Wilson at the 49-yard line. Wow.
Let's watch the replay here. Okay, I did not see a wave on that. He did not wave.
Thought there was some question if he maybe went for a fair catch, but he did not. Probably should have.
Yeah.
After that hit. So Ellwood City ball once again starting in Western Beaver territory. You know, they've been given this opportunity. This is the 3rd time or 4th time in this half alone that the Wolverines start in their opponent's territory. So ball at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. This is where we're at, folks. 8:41 left to go in the contest. Gibbons, handoff there to Powell, and he's hitting the backfield. Makes something out of nothing to get back to the original line of scrimmage. They're just knifing through there. So they are, Brad. The defensive front lineman for the Wolverines. It's not the linebackers coming up, I don't think. It's the line.
Those two big guys right up the middle, like you
Yep.
said, are just getting through, making it go outside.
And I
then they
think
just
maybe
fill
some of the
gaps.
times they're not getting through, but they're demanding that double team,
Right.
leaving that the outside guys when they're trying to run outside. So, when you get them big bodies on the line, it just changes the whole dynamic of that game. Now we get out of Equipment in Beaver Falls, and they're all big.
Yeah.
That obviously does. But even on a game like this, Gibbons back to pass, rolling out to his right. Heavy pursuit. Throws the ball. Almost intercepted.
That's a
Should have
good
been
play
intercepted.
by, I think that's Sam DiCaprio again.
So
There is a flag thrown
to
right
see
in the
the
middle of
flag.
the field.
So
I'm wondering if they're going to say man downfield maybe.
they're
Not
talking
really
about it,
sure.
but they're walking it back
Have it
for the Wolverines. So it was against the Wolverines.
right.
Did we get an official call yet?
Okay,
Oh,
so
yes,
it is. So it is man downfield.
Illegal man downfield. Second down. I'm going to mark 5 yards off on that play. So it's going to be a second down and 15. Nice crowd near side of the stadium there, Western Beaver. It's not a short drive, but not a long drive, but came up to support their team this evening. So in a shotgun on the second 15. Quick pass out there to Ashton Wilson. Hits him in stride. He's to 50. He on the way down to the 45-yard line. Nice catch and go there. We've seen that combination now probably 3 or 4 times tonight, Brad, of Ryan Gibbons to Ashton Wilson. And it seems, Ashton's not a real big kid, but when Gibby can hit him in stride, kind of rolls that way forward and gets down. So pick up a 10 on that play. So it's going to be third, give him 9. 3rd and 6, ball back into Western Beaver territory, 43-yard line. Big third down play here. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Gibbons surveys the field. Got a hold. Doggone it. Ball was complete, but it's coming back. When you see the jersey
DiCaprio, but yeah, number 53.
When you get to see the jersey get pulled like that, that's like a beacon lighthouse for an official to see.
Now Western Beaver has
that may
choice
be
here. I have a feeling
the thing
they're
is they did
gonna
not get enough for a first down.
No.
So,
but at the same time, it's going to be 4 down territory. So you do.
Yeah, let's go take him
be
back.
the smart one.
Take him
send
back
it
10. So, man, I would question the spot of that. I didn't think that kid was that far back for that hold.
So
all the way back to the 41-yard line.
21-ish.
Yep, 3rd and 21.
Oof. Cut it in half.
Yep. Mr. Beaver.
No, number 8 looked like he was almost offsides.
There's the pass down there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, it was 2 Wolverines fighting for the ball.
Oh,
that was Sambo DiCaprio down there, along with, I think it was, Sam was the intended receiver mainly.
it's kind of unfortunate. You can say the pass deflection was by the same team.
Because there was white shirts around there as well.
Right.
So 4th down, I think we got a punt.
6:39, 3 timeouts. You do the right thing here. You punt this ball. You got to get a
stop.
stop.
You've got a couple 3 and outs in your pocket that you've had. So 12-0, 6:39. There's the kick.
That's a good
Fair
kick.
catch called for by number 4,
Jeez.
Liza Bishop. Dangerous, but he got it done. Ball now at the resting right at the 35-yard line.
Only a 23-yard punt, but no return.
No, yep, right.
You got to give credit here to the Western Beavers defense here. I mean, that's 4 times. 4 times the Wolverines have been on that side. Have nothing to show for it.
Right.
They have stepped up for sure. I mean, 4 times, nothing.
Right.
So Western Beavers defense doing really well.
Tries the option again out that left side. Got a hole in the seam. Takes it all the way out to about the 48-yard line. So that option, we've seen it run it about two other times this evening. And credit them, the wide receivers, for doing some blocking downfield there, Brad. Kind of sprung the receiver, or the ball carrier ahead. So marking at the 49-yard line. Just maybe think we're going to milk some clock here if you're Western Beaver with 6 minutes left to go. Direct snap, handoff. Met with heavy resistance there at the line of scrimmage. Sambo DiCaprio's in there. Ron Gibbons gets up from the bottom of the pile as well. We'll give him 1 on the play. So in our post-game show, we'll have all the out-of-town scores. That Neshannock, is that Neshannock and
Neshannock, New Brighton.
Neshannock, New Brighton game.
Yeah, New Brighton with that 10-point lead.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That might have surprised me a little bit.
That does.
Neshannock looks pretty good. They got a stable for a backfield. Fumble on the ground, picked up by number 15.
Nice.
Met there, good play by Rodney Grimes. Made a stop for him. Maybe loss of 1 on a play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10. So 5 minutes left to go here. Noah Bunny in there on that stop as well. Western Beaver, no rush to get anywhere up to the line right now. In the shotgun on this 3rd and 10. Looks like that option easy. Keeps it this time. Zigzags his way through up to the 30, down to the 32-yard line. Wow. He found a seam there, and that speedy quarterback with them long strides just ran his way for about 16, 15 yards. Stopped there by Anthony Spatafora.
I tell you what, in that first half, there was one play that Anthony Spatafora, the free safety, had to come up and make a tackle. So far, so good until that play. He had to make another tackle like that.
Right.
That's not good.
Right. 1st and 10, ball now to 34-yard line. You kind of feel the air leaving here. Hand off to number 33. Spins his way down to inside the 20-yard line, 18-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down. Rodney Grimes on the tackle, number 74. So 3:52 left to go here in the contest. So on this 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line, in the shotgun, the Fever. Pitch back there off that right size. First wave misses. There's a flag on the play. Two flags on the play. Pushed out of bounds there.
Both wide receivers
74.
blocking down the field. I think both of them turned both players. I have a feeling you're going to have 2 holds against both wide receivers.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're going to see that.
No matter why it's coming back.
It is coming back, but it looked like the Wolverines had him pinned behind the line of scrimmage. He kind of slipped through 3 of them. Yeah, had 2 flags on that play.
Blocking back. And then maybe a hold. But we'll just call 1.
Yep, they figure that's
right.
Do the one back there. So 1st down at the 31-yard line. They need to get to about the 10-yard line for a 1st down. So 1st and 21. And more importantly for the Western Beaver, that clock just keeps rolling. That's
and at some point, I have a feeling I could see an easily short gain here. Timeout real fast by the Wolverines.
Yep. Handoff there. Up the middle he goes. Bounces off a few guys. Spin move down to the 14-yard line. Right now, I think if you're Western Beaver offensive line, they're just having fun.
Yeah.
They're just getting
Just
up,
stacking up the
punching
yards.
in the mouth, and rolling ahead. Basically saying we're going to run right here, try to stop us. 15-yard gain, and we're going to 2nd down and 4. .245 on a rolling clock. Under center, the Beaver I formation. Quick handoff there. Bounces off that left side, rolls the pile forward. Going to pick up about 4 on the play. Not enough for the first down. Sam DiCaprio in on the stop. Once again, we thank you for joining in here on homecoming night. Saley Grinnan, our homecoming queen. It'll be Ellwood City Wolverine timeout with 2:09 left to go here in the contest. So we're just going to kind of wait right here as we go for this timeout. And
Tell you what, that running game for Western Beaver has come into play. They have just kicked it in second gear in the second half. They put up 173 yards in the first half on rushing. They just put on almost another 100 yards, 249.
so, okay. Is that where we're at, 249?
Yeah,
Wow.
313 yards on offense.
Our main man, Colby, in the night running the huddle recording. He did get a date for homecoming. We were so excited. She's a very nice young lady. We cannot wait till next Friday for a full report on how his evening went. So he moped around here for about 3 weeks saying he didn't have a date, and then all of a sudden he got one. So real happy for Colby. Should be a fun evening, but have a good time.
If we could pan on his face, we could. We would. But we're gonna leave it right there. We won't embarrass him too much.
Good kid. We appreciate all this help in here. There's a drive by number 2. Got enough for the first down, and he is into the end zone for a Western Beaver score. 11-yard run there by number 2, Thaddeus Gray.
One of those Gray players.
Yeah, there's about 3 Gray kids
3
on
Gray
this
kids,
team. We're not
yeah.
sure if they're brothers or cousins, but they
I
all
tell you what,
spell
and
their name the
he
same
went
way.
through 3 or 4
Yeah,
players.
went through 3 or 4 guys.
That wasn't just
it's
carrying
just
the zone.
Hey, they got to line up and play too, but you get these players, they play both
Right.
ways. They get down this fourth quarter, and they look tired.
They
and,
do.
And this is the result. So that snap is up,
Ooh,
kick
good
is
try.
down, and it is good.
Good try by Wilson.
So, yeah, Wilson almost got his second block of the night with that. So 19-0 here, just with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Once again, we'll be live from Helling Stadium next week as we welcome into Shenango Wildcats.
Rawr.
So
They're looking to bounce back. I know they were up 7-3 at halftime over Mohawk. If that's a win for them, they're sitting there 2-2 in conference play, 4-2. They're going to be battling with Riverside, and Western Beaver's going to be 2-2.
Right,
so
right. I think
you're going to have 3 teams
we're
there.
going to kind of find out. We have them 3 teams at the top, and they're going to have about 3 teams
in the middle
fighting for that 4th playoff spot. But a lot of big games going on. You see that one school forfeited a game tonight?
Yeah, unfortunately, had too many injuries.
Too many injuries.
If I'm right, they were down to 14 healthy players, and
Yeah,
at that
they were.
point, I think they had 24 roster, 10 injuries, down to 14. There's nothing you can do.
Right.
It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Deep to receive for the Wolverines is Ashton Wilson and Nick Magnifico. Got Carter Lutz out there. Storm Chambers, the middle row. High end over end kick. It's going to bounce there and taken at the 7-yard line by Nick Magnifico. It's a first wave miss. Hit there at the 20-yard line. Brought down, that's going to be about a 12-yard return for Nick Magnifico. Minute 54 left to go here in the contest. Wolverines 2 timeouts remaining. So ball right there at the 20-yard line. Three wideouts to the right, one to the left. Gibbons, quick pass out there to Ashton. This time he's hit as soon as he caught the ball. Loss of 4 on the play. I think in these upcoming weeks, you hope the coaching staff can adjust to some things. Oh, that was a quick snap.
Yeah.
Gibbons hit there. Barely got back to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to make up a 3rd down and 10. We see Coach Lamenza and his coaching staff trying to do some different things each week. You alluded to it earlier, Brad. There are the first couple games we saw trying to pass the ball to the fullback out of the backfield. Right. Then we didn't see it. Saw that wrinkle in there a little bit this evening. Tonight, trying to utilize Ashton Wilson out of that man in motion, quick pass to him.
Just wish you would have been able to see that. That fullback pass was working week 1, week 2, and it looked great. They went to it once tonight, and it just seems like they just didn't have they fell behind 12-0, and then there's not enough time to get back to it.
Right.
You kind of have to go north and south, and unfortunately, we don't really have north and south
right. You gotta
in our passing game right now.
The muck and grind kind of,
Try to get some chuck change. Kind of like what the Steelers are doing with Mason Rudolph. Just open up the playbook. Just saying. I got to put a jab in there.
We'll see Monday night how that works out. It is the Bungles.
Oh, beautiful 0-6 two teams together combined.
Monday night madness. 3rd and 10, ball in the 20. $1:25 left. Gibbons back to. Oh, he got decked. Oh, jeez, oh, man.
Whew.
Never was blocked at all, number 33. That was seriously every defensive end's dream on a platter. Wow. Good googly moogly. 1 minute on a rolling clock here. Going to bring up 4th and 17. Ball on the 13-yard line. There's the snap and the punt.
Good punt.
Nice
punt.
What
a punt.
Punt from virtually his end zone. Ends up at the 41-yard line.
41. That's a 45-yard punt.
45-yard punt for Gibbons. And I think we might see that victory formation from here on out. So as we wait for Western Beaver to come up in that formation, they're probably going to have to snap the ball twice with the game clock the way it is. Takes the knee. And we'll just have enough time for one more snap. So, as we winding down here, they're going to call it the way it is. The final, Western Beaver 19, the Ellwood City Wolverines 0. Stick right there with us. We'll have all the updated stats from the game as well as the out-of-town scores. So, Wolverines fall to 0-6. 0-5, I'm sorry. 0-5. And so far scored 2 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, 0-6. And 0-4 in conference play. You're digging yourself a hole. We'll get the score of that Mohawk game Just some big holes to fill.
Colby.
So 19-0. We'll take a short little break, and we'll come back with some stats. All right, folks, coming back to final score, 19-0. The Western Beaver Beavers beat the Wolverines 19-0. They go to 4-2, 2-2 conference play as the Wolverines fall to 0-6 on homecoming night, 0-4 in conference play, and they are looking to bounce back next week against Shenango. That game will be here home. We'll go live at the normal times. We're got some final stats for you here. Some final stats wise, total offense wise, Western Beaver 320. Wait 1 second here. Okay, now we're good to go. Total offense 323 yards for the Beavers compared to just 65 yards for the Wolverines. If I'm correct, they actually lost 8 yards. I think they had minus 8 yards in that second half when all said and done. Passing-wise, in favor of the Beavers, 63-53. The Wolverines did complete more passes, 9 for 15, but unfortunately just chuck change passes there at the end. Rushing-wise, 260 yards for the Beavers to just 12 for the Wolverines. Average yard per play.
Say that stat again.
260 to 12 rushing. 260 to 12.
We had 12 yards rushing.
12 yards rushing. Average yards per play. 51 plays for the Beavers, 6.3 compared to the Wolverines, 46 plays, 1.4 yards per play. Receiving-wise, we said 63 and 53. Penalties, Western Beaver Beavers, 5 for 40. Wolverines, 4 for 35. Wolverines did have a fumble, but they did not lose it. Tyler Powell picked it back up. You could say the bright side, punting-wise, 7 punts for Gibbons, 30.3 average. He did have that 45-yard punt at the end of the game. Time of possession almost equaled out, 24-23 that way. First downs, 15-5. The Wolverines did improve from last week, went up from 3 to 5. Unfortunately, not what we expected. They did have 2 in the first, 3 in the second half. Third down conversions, both teams struggled. It's combined for 6 for 25. Not very good numbers, but it is what it is. So some individual stats for Western Beaver. The quarterback, Xander, number 10, went 5 for 13 for 63 yards. He did not throw a pass, actually, in that second half. Ryan Gibbons finished 9 for 15, 53 yards. There was no reason to throw in that second half, we'll put it that way. Right. Rushing-wise for the Beavers, Thaddeus Gray, number 2, 18 carries, 155, 8.6 average, 2 touchdowns. Daquan Bradford, 11 for 61. And then also Xander, the quarterback, ran for 44 yards to add and 1 touchdown. Leading rusher for the Wolverines, Tyler Powell, 21 attempts, 45 yards, 2.1 average. Unfortunately, because of all the sacks that Ryan Gibbons had, he finished with 8 carries, minus 37 yards. Just tough. A lot of sacks tonight. I'll have to look at how many total sacks here in a second. Receiving-wise, the big one for the Wolverines, great play to this week. I could see some improvement there, and I also think he is somebody that could be a skill asset to finish the year, but more importantly, next year on top of it. The wide receiver, Ashton Wilson, 6 catches, 34 yards. For the Beavers, Johnny Bryant, 3 catches, 52 yards, and also Noah Gray, the 2 catches for 11 yards. Defensive-wise, leading the tackles for the Beavers, Lonnie Kraft, number 8. He had 6 solo tackles, 1 assist, 2 sacks, and 3.5 tackles for loss. The Beavers finished with 6 sacks on the evening. And then for the Wolverines, leading the way was number 23, Tyler Powell. He had 10 total tackles and a half tackle for loss. So there are your stats from this game. You can catch all the stats and all the replay and all the information from this game and for the season on our website at www.ecwolverines.com. A couple out-of-town scores. We finally got a Riverside score. That one was going at the start of the third quarter. So at halftime, it was Riverside up 34-10. So it looks like they're going to improve to 3-2. What a turnaround for Riverside Panthers, starting 0-2, picking up on defense, and I think that offense is finally clicking now. I think it's Ben Hughes.
Ben Hughes in a quarterback, but it seems like every week we're reading, in the papers and the media, 2 weeks ago it was Ben Shiro as a wide receiver, and then the running back is escapes me that is running all over the place last week. So they're kind of seeing a threat. The team they're playing, Sarah Catholic, also handled quite handily last week.
Right.
For that. But, I think Riverside maybe got a little punch in the gut there the first couple of games of the season. Excuse me. Pardon me. So, and they're coming up, 3 weeks?
Correct. Yeah, we got Shenango home, I believe, then Riverside, actually. And then Mohawk, and then Brentwood
2 weeks.
to finish,
2 weeks.
the week. A couple other scores as I scroll down through here. After 3 quarters, South Fayette leads Blackhawk 27-14. Newcastle, let's see if we can get an update on Newcastle. At the end of 3, check that. We'll move back around here. At the end of 3 quarters, New Brighton is still up 31-18 on Neshannock. That one really surprises us. Not to put down the lines, but we've seen Neshannock, and they were able to throw and run. Brighton was more one-dimensional, but wow. It's the Midwestern Conference.
Right.
A couple other scores. Olsh is up on Laurel 34-19.
Oh.
That is 2 tough games in a row for Laurel. I mean, you go against Clareton, who finally is clicking, and then you followed up with Olsh. That is a tough.
I think when you look at the single-way standings for the WPIL, it kind of showed you the respect that people have for Clareton and Laurel, because they both stayed where they were with the week before they played each other, at number 2 and number 4.
Mercer, me. The Mercy rule is in effect for Wilmington. About 15 minutes ago, they were up on Greenville 37-0, pitching a great shutout there. Other scores, the Union Scotties, as they go and say for Newcastle News, the U, 49-14 at the end of 3 over Bishop Canavan. And there is that score. Do we have any more here? We'll continue to scroll down here a little bit, see if we can get any more scores. Clareton Bears look like they're going to go to 4-2. They're up 28-14. Let's see. End of third quarter. That was 28 minutes ago for Mohawk. Let's see if we can get an update. Okay, 8:14 left in the fourth quarter. Shenango 20, Mohawk 10. So it looks like Shenango is going to come in to this game. Unless they give it up, they're going to go to 4-2, 2-2 in conference play. And that game, just like this one for Western Beaver, is going to be huge.
Yes, it is.
For the Wildcats, because they got to finish strong. They already had Freedom, and I think Riverside, but they still haven't played Neshannock and New Brighton yet. So they've got 2 tough teams at the end there as well. Scrolling through here. This was a big one that they were talking about. If I'm correct, it was Central Catholic and Pine Richland. That one's always been a good game. Pine Richland has kind of dominated recently. Central Catholic has kind of suffered. Pine Richland is up 20-0 in that game. Let's see here. Continue to scroll through. Central Valley went on to win that one final, 42-6 over Waynesburg. Central Valley now improves to 6-0. Definitely a team to reckon with. And another 2A score here. Southmoreland, by one of the reporters for The Observer, Luke Campbell, reporting that Southmoreland was falling apart. They were tied at halftime with McGuffey. Both teams undefeated, 5-0 in their conference. But McGuffey is leading now 41-28. Wow. It kind of looks like McGuffey's going to go to 6-0. I mean, it's insane to think that you've got Washington Prexy's 5-0. You're probably going to have Southmoreland at 5-1, but then McGuffey 6-0. You're going to have 3 teams with only 1 loss after 6 weeks of play. That's like phenomenal.
It is.
Play there wise. Let's see. Anything else before we call it? Scrolling through here. I think from the looks of it, that may be it. We're going to try and update one more time to see if there's any updated scores before we call it a night. Oh, here we go. So Ringgold Athletics just reported, I'm not sure exactly what this is exactly, but it says the streak is over. After 721 days, Ringgold Rams beat Beaver 16-13. If I'm correct, Ringgold is being coached. Am I correct on that one? Is that Coach Z? Is that Ringgold?
Oh, yes, it is. Yes,
I think
it
that's
is.
Coach Z.
Yep.
So 721 days of not winning. They finally go and beat a struggling Beaver team.
Yeah.
But, hey, win's a win, 16-13. Let's see here. I think that is where we will call it from our end here. Check the final scores. Okay, final score, Union beat Bishop Canevin 56-22. And that is it. We'll call it there. We'll throw it back over to Thad, and we'll call it an end of the night.
Thanks, Brad. Once again, homecoming here this evening with the whole court. Saley Grinnan is your 2019 homecoming queen. So congratulations to Saley and the Grinnan family. Tune back in next week, probably about 6:45. We'll be here as we take on our neighbors right up the road here, Shenango Wildcats. So on behalf of Brad Windhorst, my name is Thad Sturgeon, signing off for tonight. I hope that you have enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. Thank you and good night.